working right now. Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming to my class. Thank you, Veronica and Marta, for joining. So I'm super excited because the kit finally became available, became back in stock, and it has been out of stock for a long time. When I first joined over 3 years ago, the oils of ancient scripture were not available, and it's a really very valuable kit. So I am gonna talk about it. Along the way, I got the oils separately because I couldn't wait any longer, and the oils are amazing. I'm only missing one oil, which is Cistus, and it's a very powerful oil. So I also want to learn more about it. That's why I decided to do the class. But the rest of the oils I've been using almost, I wouldn't say daily, but very often. So again, my name is Magdalena. Thank you everyone for joining. Yola, Marta, Veronica, Marzenka, and Anya. And I'm gonna start briefly with let us scoop about the oils. Oftentimes people assume that essential oils are new fab because they think that it's trendy and it's new, and they couldn't be any further from the truth. Historically, essential oils or aromatic oils were used by Egyptians as early as 4,500 years ago, and no, it's as early as 4,500 before Christ. So that many years ago. Early oils appear in the Bible time and time again, often referencing olive oil, but the 10 oils we are about to explore are also all mentioned. Let's start with usage and safety. You really want to do the diligence before you purchase any oils, because not all oils were created equal. My journey and adventure with essential oils started in Whole Foods, and it didn't end too well. I reached out for a different, I'm not gonna mention the brand, but it was an organic brand, and cloth of that brand was like $6, and I used it for refreshing my for oral hygiene. And I thought I'm gonna burn my mouth. It was painful, it wasn't pleasant. And later on, as I was introduced to Young Living's cloth, I could not believe what a difference it made. The smell was very gentle. There was no irritation. I mean, it was unbelievable. So it's really important to research where the oils come from. Young Living is #1, and it's not because of the brand itself as Young Living, but it's how the oils are being made, the farms, the research, the distillation process, the fact that Young Living offers the seed to seal a warranty. It's in control from the seed to bottling. It's absolutely outstanding. And if the oil doesn't match the testing criteria, it will never be sold under Young Living's label. Who buys the oils is a different story once Young Living sells them. But Young Living is the #1 when it comes to quality and the way oils work, because they are that pure. So oils can be used aromatically, orally, or topically. And some of the oils here come in vitality line, which means they can be digested. And it's recommended, if you use oils topically, it's recommended to use a carrier oil. Carrier oil slows down the potency of the oil. Carrier oil could be olive oil, sesame oil, avocado oil, any kind of oil that can be actually used for cooking, or jojoba oil, even though it's not used for cooking, but it's a oil with bigger molecules. Aromatically, we suggest you add 5 drops. You start with 1 or 2, and then you add up to 5 drops per single oil in a diffuser. You don't want to mix 2 blends because the synergy will be off, and the way the blends are designed is for them to work. If you put too many oils, your house might smell beautiful, but you're not going to get the therapeutical effects. Let's start with the oils. So there are 10 oils, essential oils, that come with the kit, and all of them were mentioned in the Bible. I will start with aloes, and it's not the aloe vera that we think. It's actually secret sandalwood. And this is one of the most powerful oils, and smells very sweet, very gentle. Right now, Young Living sells it as Royal Hawaiian Sandalwood. It's a very precious oil. And the trees have to be, it's my understanding that the sandalwood tree has to be 30 years old in order to be distilled for its property, for its therapeutic property values. And it's very sweet, it's beautiful, it's great for the skin. I actually use the sandalwood cream in winter, and Veronica, you do too, right? And we all love sandalwood, and it's very rich, it's very gentle. It's also great. It's been used for emotional for its emotional properties. It's very calming, and it's great for the skin. And I'm gonna here read you a little bit how it was used in the Bible, how when it was mentioned in the Bible. He was accompanied by Nicodemus, the man who earlier had visited Jesus at night. Nicodemus brought a mixture of myrrh and aloe, about 75 pounds. 40 taking Jesus's body, the two of them wrapped it with the spices in stripes of linen. This was in accordance with Jewish burial customs. That was John 19:39-40. Aloe appears in the Bible 5 times in both Old and the New Testament. It's believed to be made from fragrant sandalwood. It was most notably used to prepare Jesus' body for burial. So that's when it was used in the Bible. Historically, it's thought to be one of the oldest types of incense used during rituals and meditation, especially among the Egyptians and for embalming. The amount of aloe that Nicodemus bought showed his incredible wealth. That amount, it was around like 75, 100 pounds of sandalwood would be worth over $200,000 in today's market. It is also show how important Jesus was. Now, like I've mentioned, it is used in upscale spa treatments in yoga studios because it's very calming and it has a very sweet aroma. And I listened once to Jen Sullivan, and she said when she was either buying or selling her house, I think she was selling her house, she was wearing it. She said all 4 people who were with her bought the kit because of sandalwood scent. The agent, the broker, everybody bought it. Like, what are you wearing? So it's a very gentle yet very sweet aroma. And when you buy the sandalwood cream, you can't even smell. I would say there's no scent to the cream. But the Royal Hawaiian sandalwood has a very sweet and gentle. It's powerful, but it's gentle. It's very calming. Try diffusing it when you're a little revved up or when your mind won't turn off. It can be very effective before bedtime. You can use it as perfume or cologne. That's like I said, Jen Sullivan used it and it worked magic for the people because they ended up loving it so much they want to have it. It has incredible properties for the skin. Applied topically to enhance the natural radiance of healthy looking skin or add it to your daily skincare regimen to reduce appearance of fine lines, puffiness, and blemishes. Now, cassia. Cassia is an oil that actually smells like cinnamon. And cassia is in one of the, I don't believe Oxidus 2 is available right now. I bought it a while ago and I've been using it for immune system support. So cassia smells like cinnamon. It's actually come from the cinnamon family. So when you use cassia from like say, if you have Exodus 2, it's important that you apply the juice carrier oil because it's considered to be hot oil like cinnamon. So you would have usually response to it. It smells very gentle. Exodus 2 has, along with it, a frankincense, I believe myrrh, and a few other oils. And it smells cassia frank, and myrrh, spikenard, galbanum. And it smells really nice. And cassia has also, when it was mentioned in the Bible, it was all your robes are fragrant with myrrh and aloe and cassia from palaces adorned with ivory, the music of the strings make you glad. Psalm 45:8. Then, centuries ago, cassia was mentioned 3 times in the Bible, all in the Old Testament. It was a key ingredient in the incense used in temple worship. It was also used as the anointing oil and the oil that burned daily in the temple lamps, and it smells like very pleasant. It's noted for its unmistakable fragrance and calming aromatic properties. It's very closely related to cinnamon, like I've mentioned. It also dates back to Egyptian times and was used during mummification. Common uses now, put a drop between your fingers, rub your hands through your hair to provide a pleasant aroma for your hair, or add 1 drop to citrus blends or diffuse with clove, ginger, Christmas spirit, during winter, fall, and holidays. That gives you that Christmas feeling or fall feeling. It smells really, really nice. Put you in that fall mood. The safety, please dilute, because as like I mentioned, you can have your skin, if you have sensitive skin, you will get red spot and just reaction to it temporarily. Now, let's move on to cedarwood. Cedarwood is one of the most powerful oils. I use it in so many ways. I use it, I add it to conditioner, to my girls' plain conditioner. I add it to my skin serum. I recommend it highly to for people who need support, sleep support. So combination of cedarwood with orange works amazing for sleep support, because cedarwood helps to increase, supports natural increase of melatonin levels. So the combination of cedarwood and orange works like magic for a lot of people. Cedarwood is also very calming. It's great for the skin. And his young, so that's how it was mentioned in the Bible. His young shoots will grow. His splendor will be like an olive tree. His fragrance like a cedar of Lebanon. It's Hosea 14:6. How was it used centuries ago? This versatile wood is mentioned 21 times in the Bible. The wood was used to build Solomon's beautiful temple, and it was known for its durability. My husband is a craftsman, so he often recommends, now they have more man-made materials, but before he would always recommend cedar wood, because cedar is such a tough wood. The ancient Egyptians used cedar wood oil to embalm, for perfumery, and in cosmetics. The ancient Greeks also used cedarwood oil on bodies, as they believed it helped to make one immortal. Now, cedarwood has warm, woodsy aroma that creates comforting, uplifting experience. And like I've mentioned, add it to your favorite skincare product. Many people use it for restful street, use it in shampoo, conditioner, so it's a lot of uses. And cedarwood is a very affordable oil. It's like $11 for this big 50 milliliter bottle. Some people don't like the scent, and they say it smells like cat pee. The reason why cedar wood was used to in the food boxes for cats. So when the cats went to the bathroom, that combination of the pellets, cedar wood pellets with the pee, it's what causes some people to think it doesn't smell good. But cedar wood has a fairly gentle scent. And like I said, it's a very powerful oil, and it's considered, and it's often described as poor man's frankincense, because it has a lot of the same features as a frankincense, but it's so much more affordable. Cypress. Cypress is one of my favorite oils. I had circulatory system problems, and I've been using it with combination in a capsule with calicrysum and grapefruit. I also apply it topically. And cypress is a very powerful oil. It's very gentle, smells beautiful. It's great for circulatory system, for healthy circulatory system support. So this is how it was mentioned in the Bible. He cut down cedars, or perhaps took a cypress or oak. He let it grow among the trees of the forest, or planted a pine, and the rain made it grow. Isaiah 44:14. This oil is extracted from the cypress tree, which has wood so durable that the cypress doors of Rome's St. Peter's Basilica show no signs of decay, even after 1,200 years. That's how strong how powerful the tree is. Cypress then years ago was mentioned in the Bible 5 times, and all in the Old Testament. The tree was used mostly for its wood, as it was strong and durable. Noah used it to build the ark. Greeks and Romans used it for revealing upset stomachs, and used the leaves of the tree to help with. You might want to Google that one. So go and Google. Now, like I said, cypress has a fresh and herbaceous aroma. It can be grounding, energizing. It can be used for motivation. You can use, like I use it, apply topically to help circulatory system support. You can use it apply on the legs. It's also great for people who have oily complexions. So I just add 1 drop to your moisturizer to increase the radiant look of your skin. Fun fact, it's an evergreen that is used frequently in landscaping. I bet you see it all the time and had no idea it was a cypress. Google and search for an image so you can spot as you drive by homes. And it's a very common tree. Frankincense. Frankincense, everybody knows frankincense, and that's when people think, if you think about Bible, that's what people think about frankincense, because most of us who go to church were first exposed to frankincense in the church. And it's a very powerful oil. We produce it, distill it in Oman, and it's considered to be one of the most powerful oils. It's one of the gifts, one of the oils which Jesus got for as a gift at his birth from the three kings. It's rich in antioxidants. It's super for, I use it for skin support. It's an oil considered, if in doubt, use frank. So it's a very gentle yet delicate oil. It's because of its antioxidant richness. A lot of people need it when their body needs immune system support and it's just fragile. A lot of people use it and apply it. You could also go on PubMed.org and Google and search frankincense and cancer. There has been some research done because of its antioxidant richness. There is some link related to cancer and support of the body during cancer. So please just do it by yourself. I use frankincense in my glow serum. I use frankincense. Frankincense has been used in most blends that are supported with focus. So Genius has the blend, and Genius is a blend for children. Any kind of focus blend has frankincense. It's also used very often in yoga places because that's when we want to come down and just relax. And frankincense has those grounding properties. Years ago, like centuries ago, frankincense was an ancient aromatic resin used for incense, perfumes, and balms. Frankincense was one of the consecrated incenses described in the Bible as being used in offerings and ceremonies in the Temple of Jerusalem. It was a symbol of holiness and righteousness. The gift of frankincense to the Christ child was symbolic of his willingness to become a sacrifice, wholly giving himself up, analogous to a burnt offering like the sacrifices and ceremonies in the temple. It is also said to be symbolic of his death. Diffuse it to enhance meditation and prayer, add it to your moisturizer, and just use it on your dry hands because it's so good for skin support. Hyssop. Hyssop is one of the oils that I use a lot, and when I want to support respiratory system, this oil is great for when we are dealing with wet type of a cough because it deals with the mucus really well. It has a pretty strong scent, and it has a protective top for children. It should be used with older children, around older children, and it's a very powerful, very calming oil. And in the Bible, here's what I read in the Bible: cleanse me with hyssop, and I will be clean. Wash me, and I will be whiter than snow. Psalms 51:7. The 12 biblical references to this plant indicate it was likely used in practices and rituals intended to purify and cleanse. Then, hyssop has a slightly sweet scent and was considered a sacred oil in ancient Egypt, Israel, and Greece. It is in the same family as mint. This plant was used in traditional and herbal practices for centuries to promote wellness. It's great as a scent that stimulates creativity and meditation. Diffuse it during play, yoga, and a long study session. And please dilute well if using topically, and do not use on small children. This is why it has this. And like I said, it's been super helpful. We diffuse it at home when one of us is dealing with a wet type of a cough. It smells very nice. It's woodsy. It has very nice aroma. Next, oil myrrh, and I think Veronica could talk about myrrh because that's actually what from what I know, her love with Young Living started, and it's great for skin support. It's very thick oil. It's actually resin, and myrrh. Just wanted to give you a heads up. Once you open it, you should use it pretty fast because it's so thick that actually myrrh will make a glue-like top because the oil evaporates, and so that's why a myrrh should be used. The faster the better. it changes its consistency once it's open. It's more gooey. It's more like turns into honey. Right now, the bottle is unopened. It's very liquid, but once you open it, it oxidates, and it's just more like honey. It's a very powerful oil. It's super for oral hygiene. It's great on the skin. And it has been, and this is one of the oils that Jesus received and as a gift at his birthday from the three kings. So this is from the Bible. Then they offered him wine mixed with myrrh, but he did not take it. Mark 15:23. On coming to the house, they saw the child with his mother Mary, and they bowed down and worshiped him. Then they opened their treasures and presented him with gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Matthew 2:21. Myrrh is mentioned 17 times in the Bible and is found on both the Old and New Testament. And it was then the key ingredients in Moses' holy anointing oil and as incense in the holy temple. It is also used particularly for the mouth and gums. It was given to the baby Jesus by one of the wise men. It is said that this was the foreshadow his death because it was to foreshadow his death because in ancient times it symbolized bitterness, suffering, and affliction. Lastly, it was also employed in embalming and religious ceremonies. Jesus was also buried with it. Today, like we said, myrrh is valued around the world. It's great for skin support, oral hygiene, and it has also beautifying properties and grounding aroma. And it's amazing for the skin, absolutely amazing for the skin. Common uses, add it to your skin recipe, balm recipe, diffuse it just for calming and relaxing, just to come down and relax. And it's a beautiful oil. It has very scent aroma. Not everybody likes the smell. I like the smell, but it's a very specific smell. And just the myrrh itself is, I think, around $100 or $90. So I will talk about the whole kit, the price of the kit, but the kit is the best price as a whole. Myrtle is one of the oils that when I started wasn't available, and then I bought it the minute it became available, and I actually love it. I use it a lot for respiratory system support. It smells very gentle, and it's NRC and purification, and I love this oil. It's great for hair support. It's great for skin support, and this is how it was mentioned in the Bible. Go out into the hill country and bring back branches from olive and wild olive trees, and from myrtles, palms, and shade trees to make temporary shelters, as it is written, Nehemiah 8:15. Biblically, myrtle branches were used in ceremonies and were also a sign of God's goodness. They are mentioned 7 times, all in the Old Testament. Then, years ago, Sukkot, commonly translated as the Feast of Tabernacles, includes myrtle branches in its ceremony. Sukkot is a week-long Jewish holiday that comes 5 days after Yom Kippur. Sukkot celebrates the gathering of the harvest and commemorates the miraculous protection God provided for the children of Israel when they left Egypt. And now, it's still used in the ceremonies today, Sukkot ceremonies to date. It's difficult to source and has a fresh, sweet aroma, which may help clear the mind. 2 favorite oil blends are Purification and RC. It's great for to add to nighttime routine, and also great for to elevate your mood. And I use it a lot when one of us is congested or just have like some issues in the throat. I diffuse it. So it's a very nice oil. Next oil, and we don't have that many left, is an oil. I had to listen how do you pronounce it. It's an onychia. It's an oil called onychia. I have it. So this oil, I am not very familiar. I have, to be honest, I have not used. And this is how it was described in the Bible. Then the Lord said to Moses, take fragrant spices, gum resin, onychia, and galbanum, and pure frankincense, all in equal amounts. Exodus 30:34. Onychia was an ingredient in the pure and holy perfume or incense the Lord commanded Moses to make. There are varying opinions as to what onychia actually was, but many agree that it's likely benzoin, a balsamic resin obtained from the bark of several species of trees. That's what the young living oil is made of, having a sweet and woody vanilla-like aroma. Years ago, it was used in perfumes, some kinds of incense, and as flavoring. It was also used for medicinal purposes. It was said to help heighten your spiritual experiences. It's been mentioned in the Bible 54 times indirectly. It was an important oil of ancient times. Now it's actually continues to be major component of incense for churches. It's also used in everything from perfume to cosmetics. As an oil, it is warm and can help support your emotions and help you connect spiritually. It's calming and grounding, so it's really for emotional support. And it's also great for skincare support. So I'll definitely try this on my next serum. Rose of Sharon. Rose of Sharon is, I am a rose of Sharon, a lily of valleys, like a lily among thorns, and my darling among the young women. Like an apple tree among the trees of the forest is my beloved among the young men. I delight to sit in his shade, and his fruit is sweet to my taste. Song of Solomon 1. Christus is believed to be the biblical rose of Sharon. Christus is a very powerful oil. It's great for self-support and for skin support. And years ago, it was used for cuts and wounds. It was said to help slow bleeding and prevent infections. It was also used as a perfume and may have been another component of incense in biblical times. Now it has honey fragrance and it's soothing, uplifting. It's very calming and it's great for emotional support. It's good for, I had a friend whose husband fell and injured himself on the bike, like he had a blood clot inside. And she went to naturopath, and the naturopath suggested to keep applying the Cistus on the spot where, after he went to the doctor, they knew where the blood clot was, and just to dissolve it. And it helped tremendously. I'm not saying it's gonna help everybody, but that was her husband's experience. So Cistus is very good for wounds, for self-support, and also it's very calming. It's great for add 2-3 drops to a boo-boo roller or any skin balm recipe. Pinterest is a great place to look for recipes, and also it's very calming oil. Most of these oils are for are used for spiritual and emotional support. Besides physical and topical, emotional and spiritual support. Get the best deal. So obviously, if since I'm doing the recording, depending when you are gonna watch it, the best deal is when you are a member. And if you are watching this this recording, please reach out to the person who sent you this recording to ask for their sponsor ID and enroller ID. And if not, then my enroller ID is 3289336. Your best deal would be to become a member first, and then to get the kit. The kit right now is available, and the price is $214, and that's like the best price because the sandalwood by itself and frankincense, I think it's $50. Sandalwood probably $90. Cistus, I just checked, is around $70. So the best prices to get for all the oils is just to get the kit, and it just became available. And you can get it on, I believe you can get it on the Sephora. I'll have, but I'm pretty sure you can. That's about it. So I don't know if you have any questions, but if you don't have any, I will wait a minute. I will stop recording right there, so we can just